Hey everybody, Tap for Bubble here, and today we have kind of a One Piece reveal video. In the last EBO3, the Heroines Edition video, I got a couple of comments saying, I know no one was trying to offend, but scalper and all that, those comments, and I don't take offense. I've been a big fan of One Piece since it came out. Been watching it since, I wouldn't say since the beginning, but definitely been watching it for a very long time, and don't really have time to watch it right now with life and everything going on. But I do keep up with the manga, so I do know what's going on. And I will say I'm a big fan of the story with Elbaf and everything going on. I know there's a little bit of spoiler warning, but with the Loki reveal and everything going on with that, yes, it's getting real exciting. Oda is a real storyteller. His drawings, unfortunately, is not the greatest, but I mean, it's not bad, but man, but his storytelling is great. So, with that being said, I do have some skin in the game for One Piece. I have in a long time. Maybe not, definitely not as much as Pokemon. I've been in Pokemon for way longer, but I do want to just kind of do a little bit of a One Piece reveal of what I do have, and yeah, let's get started. First of all, when One Piece TCG was announced, I did speculate. It's obviously very risky for a new TCG to kind of like really get in there and just divert a bunch of money in there and just like hope it does good. You never know. It's a good way to. It's just really risky with. It's a really risky way to spend your money. So, what I did was I just bought one booster box of almost every single set. I say almost because I do have OPO1 white bottom, never got a blue bottom. That got way too expensive for me. I think I picked up a white bottom at 500, something like that. I don't quite remember, but I do have almost every single booster box. I missed OPO2, I missed OPO3, I missed OPO4. But then when they announced OPO5 with the Gear 5 Luffy on it, I picked that up. And then I think I was picking up at least minimum one booster box of everything past that, plus some of the EB sets and a lot of the extra sets. And I have a picture of most of my booster boxes here. I think I have the Wings of the Captain set somewhere else. So yeah, so it's just a pain in the butt to get all the booster boxes out. So this is kind of an old picture, but it's not like I magically had more booster boxes lying around, or I acquired more booster boxes with the market skywalking right now. And I do have a OP14. I think it's in that picture. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna continue to do. Just hold at least one booster box of everything and just see how it turns out as close to MSRP as possible, and just literally hold it in the vault and go long term. Now, in terms of cards, since it's going for the long haul, I do just have graded cards. I do mostly graded cards, but I also have some raw cards, which I'm going to show off right now. And in no particular order, this is just what I am have in front of me. Got the PSA magazine promo Shanks over here. Yes, I will be grading this. I will try to grade it. Got the entire red hair crew over here. And if you're asking, yes, I do have the Luffy magazine, the very first. I believe it's the first PSA a PSA card promo that they've ever done, and it happens to be One Piece, I believe. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, I have that too. That's coming up. Don't you worry about it. I have this too. It's in a, and of course, it's in the PSA card saver. So this will eventually get graded once PSA, well, if they ever fix their situation. I think this is a little bit off-centered. I'm not sure. Last time I got the magazine promo for Luffy, it did not grade well. So hopefully this one's better. But I do have this one, and hopefully better luck. I do not have the Boa Hancock. I am looking for that. So hopefully eventually I will come into the Boa Hancock. So we will see. And now I have a bunch of seal promos, which I will eventually check. I think these have all been these are all generally pretty good quality. Bandai makes good quality cards. I mean, these are all going to go to personal collection. If they're gradable, they will go to PSA eventually. So these are all, I believe, the illustration collection promos, the Yamato, Black Maria, Onami, and the Boa Hancock. I like the art style. It is definitely unique. If I They do look like their characters. It just takes a second. I have to do a second look. I was like, oh, that's Nami. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm like, this is not exactly a Nami I know, but it's pretty close. And of course, got the Luffy college basketball. So I started vending a couple of months ago, and I did not expect to pick this up, but one guy just literally showed up and said, "Hey, I'm trying to sell this. Do you want it?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" So literally did not expect to pick this up. Considering these are all from, I believe, the East Coast games, but hey, he made it. This looked pretty good. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Honestly, I would have waited. I should have waited more, but I had a good show. Did some pretty good sales. It's one of those treat yourself moments. So why not? It's gonna be a good investment. Maybe we'll find out. All right, and these are the tin promos. Once again, this came from a vending trip. Somebody had, I think he told me he opened 30 of them, and this guy had at least 15, and he told me he has sold 10 to other people. So I just picked up a set just because I think they're neat. The three brothers, and I believe the Luffy goes for 10, Ace goes for a couple, and poor Sabo doesn't go for too much money. But once again, these are just neat promos, and they're just the art, and then the texture, the foiling for all these for One Piece cards, just so good. Bandai does a really good job of all these cards. All right, and then I got a couple of cards that are not sleeves, so they're in one capacity or another. Got the Zoro, I believe. This is another promo. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, before I continue, I will say you will see a theme in this video. My favorite character in One Piece is Zoro. He is a bad mother. I can't say the next word. I'm trying to keep it semi PG around here, but I like his fights a lot more than. Well, his fights are definitely better than Sanji's fights. Sorry, Sanji fans out there. I know I'm gonna get hate for it, but Zoro's fight are way better than Sanji's fights. And then I dare say Zoro had better moments than Luffy. I mean, we all have. I mean, Luffy has good moments, but Zoro definitely has his good moments too. And so anytime I see a Zoro card that looks sweet, you know, all logic and reasoning goes out my mind, and I just pick it up. So this is Zoro. I believe this is one of the illustration promos. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is it. And then I am not going to lie, I don't know where these came from. But once again, these are the three brothers. Once again, this is a vending. Once again, I was vending, and some guy came over with these, and I said, "Sure, I'll take them. They're sweet." They were also on the cheaper side, and they all look great. They were all really clean, and I said, "You know what? Why not? I'll take them. They're great." So I picked all these up. And then from OP4, no, not OP14, sorry, EBO3, from the booster box opening that I did for the channel. This is one of the hits I got, the Nami SR alternate art. It looks kind of cool. I didn't quite know what to do with this, but this card was super clean. So I said, you know what? Why not? Let's put it in the grading pile. I kind of don't want to sell it, or maybe I will. I'm not quite sure what to do with this card yet, but it was just here, and I figured let's show it off. And I think the big hit of the EBO3 box is the Uta. Now that the box has been out for, or now that the set has officially been released for, I think a week now? No, it's been released for 2 days as the filming of this video. I think this card is going for 500. Um, but it's once again it's pre-release, not pre-release. It's early release. Prices all over the place. Who knows? It's a cool card. She's going raw. There's a rainbow. The border is sick. All the what is it? All the SRs, SPs, alternate arts. I got haste. I think I said SP on this one, even though it says I said SP even though it says SP right over here, and then it's SR, SP, SR, whatever. It's a sweet card. It's an alternate. It's an alternate art. It's Uta. It's a sweet card. This one I pretty sure I scanned for grading and it's super clean. So this one will probably get graded and then we'll see what happens. It might just go into the vault and we'll see in a couple of years. So these are, oh, and then I know you're supposed to put them in card savers for everything graded. I know it's a work in progress. I'll get there eventually with work and now vending almost every weekend and everything else going on. I'll get to it eventually. I'm in no rush to grade right now at PSA with them raising their prices and all these stories about PSA doing this and that, etc. I am in no rush to grade. I'm perfectly fine. If one weekend I have a quiet weekend with nothing to do, I'm perfectly fine putting them all in card savers, putting them in a storage box, and waiting for the right moment. I was vending today, and then someone had a Zoro Juno with a press mark on it. I asked him what happened, and he said that PSA actually indented the card once they slabbed it. Like I guess the card had shifted accidentally once when they were about to slab it, and I asked them, did the scans when they received the card, when they scanned it, did it have the press? And they said no. So PSA admitted that they had damaged the card as they were encapsulating it, and they refused to fix the problem, remedy the problem any way whatsoever. So, thanks PSA, you've been great. All right, so we come to the final part of my One Piece collection, and this is probably the proudest part of my collection. I got a couple of good stories here. Probably my first One Piece card ever is this one. The Monkey D. Luffy PSA promo. So I told you this is coming right up. So unfortunately, my personal copy, when I had the PSA subscription, came back a 9. Obviously, this is a 10. So I sold that one, used the funds, bought a 10, just because I feel like it's a good card. It'll eventually be worth something. I don't know if I'm right or not. I haven't checked the prices. It's one of those. I don't care about the price. This is the Rada Onishima. What, I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I think this is a sweet card. This will probably be in the vault for a very long time. So there's that. And I think this is the second card I ever owned. Once again, very embarrassing. I don't know where this card came from. Obviously, it says Premium Card Collection 25th edition. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I know there's other cards that look like these. I'm sure it came in a set, but like I wouldn't know what to type. If I wanted this specific card, I wouldn't know what to type in Google. But it's Zoro. It's sick. I picked it up a long time ago. It's an 8 cert. I picked this up way before the hype happened. I just saw Zoro. All logic went out the window. I was like, I want this card. I picked it up. I don't know how much this is now. I know this is a cheaper card, so still like it. Once again, Zoro fan, I'll just pick it up no matter what. Now, my third, I don't think it's my third One Piece card ever. I think my third slab ever. So I started, I guess I should start by saying too, I started opening One Piece, actually opening packs of One Piece for OP12, because They were just all over the shelves when I was getting Pokemon, and then once again, sucker for Zoro. So with Zoro and Mihawk in the cover, I'm like, huh. Well, let's give it a shot. And the first time I ever, opened up a um, One Piece card, I'm like, wow. The card stock is actually not that bad. So I figured, you know what? Let's open more. And it's actually a pretty good time. I was like, yeah, you know what? I like One Piece. Let's give it a shot. Let's open more and more and more and more. And now, um, I was like, well, you know what? I could do One Piece and Pokemon. Why not? Let's try that. And I guess everyone else had the same thought, and the market blew up. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what I could do. And I think the market for One Piece, as of right now, today is December 22nd. The market is kind of cooling down right now, which I think it's a good time to buy. This is definitely a correction. And all Bandai had to do was say, you know what, we're going to go back and we are going to reprint some sets that people have a hard time to get. That's all they had to do. And the market just kind of corrected itself and people are panicking, which, you know, is a sign of a young market. I still think One Piece is a good, healthy TCG. It's going to do similar things to Pokemon. So if I see a good opportunity, I'm still gonna buy. All right, sorry, I went on a tangent, so I'm gonna continue with slab number 3, Monkey D. Luffy, the Dodger promo. This is the big one. So I was not able to go to the Dodger game, even though I was free that day, and I totally could have gone. But I didn't, so I had to pay, unfortunately, $400 for this raw card and a hat. And I am glad that it did grade a 10, so thank gosh. And I think I had to pay an upcharge for it because I decided to lag it to send it to get it graded. And the Dodgers had won the World Series, and then PSA finished grading the card. So hey, the value went up. Let's upcharge this guy. I'm like, cool, thanks. But at least I got the 10, so I am cool with that. And it's definitely such a cool, unique card. And with Oda drawing it, super cool. Oh, and then I believe Shohei has a statue of this card. So a 3D statue of this card, of Luffy doing the thing. And this arm says Dodgers on it. Super cool. I don't know if you could look it up. Alright, so the next card, I need to use it twice. I recorded this video a little too early, but who cares? You guys are gonna see it twice. And of course, it's the one time I don't record a video that it doesn't get revealed. But earlier in the channel history, I had a big OP12 opening where I opened, I don't know how many packs, 50 packs of OP12, just loose blisters that I was able to get. Nothing crazy. No, I don't think there's any SPs. I think I got like a SEC and then like a alternate SEC of the Kumas. It was just an okay opening. I think hit rates were kind of bad, but couple of days later, it was my birthday actually. I had a spare OP12 box that I got. It kind of came free with another. It was essentially free if you looked at the market for the other box I got. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was PRBO2. Yeah, it was a bundle deal for PRBO2 and OP12 for, I think it was like 160. It was something ridiculous. And PRBO2 was already going for 160, so it was essentially a free OP12 box. So on my birthday, I decided to crack that box. And this came out of that box. Bonnie manga, and it graded a 10. This is my first manga pull ever, and this is so far my only manga pull ever. And I think this might be my only manga pull ever in a long time. I don't know. I could definitely go crazy and crack a lot of One Piece packs, but that's poor financial decisions, I think. But still really cool. Not Bonnie's not exactly my favorite character, but definitely a cool card. Like I have a connection to this card now just because I have a cool story to go along with it. I do have 2 boxes of Wings of the Captain. Obviously that's a Zoro one. I picked up 2 because it has Zoro on it. I am tempted to test my luck to crack one on the channel maybe get a manga. I don't know. We'll find out. That's a poor decision making for another day. Okay, so these next cards were okay. I have one more older card, and that's a big card that I will share in the story later. Um, but for now, I will share this one. I picked this up recently at a vending show. It is the Honesty Impact alternate art. Um, the Kobe attack. I just think it's really cool with the manga art. Not much else to say to it. I think this. I personally think this Kobe moment was a little bit out of the left field. I don't think he's that strong personally, especially after that humongous Garp ass kicking that we saw against Kizaru. But you know what? It's a cool moment. So definitely cool that it turned into a card. Now this next part, I had to pick up this card once I had the opportunity to buy it because it was a big moment for me. I thought One Piece was getting kind of stale. It was, I mean, obviously they follow the same formula. It was kind of cool, but once Luffy popped Gear 2 against Bluno on the top of the tower in Water 7, not Water 7, sorry, in Enies lobby, oh man. And then the ass kicking that followed afterwards for Bluno and the Gear 3 Ts, still get goosebumps. Such a great moment. So, Gear 2, I love this card. And this is a great moment, so I had to pick this up. It's such an awesome. This is a great pose, too. Like, it's so iconic. I know he has like all the iconic poses. You got this, you got the thumb biting for Gear 3, you got that the kind of the sumo pose for Gear 4, you got the laughing pose for Gear 5, everything. But man, I like Gear 2. I mean, this is what really got me like really got back into not got back, but like it really fired up about One Piece all over again. Just it's not just like, oh okay, it's the same thing over and over. They go to an island, they pick up a new crewmate, they learn a new move, they get a little bit stronger, blah blah blah. Next, now this turned everything up to a couple of notches. All right, now this next card is a personal grail that I've been wanting since OP14 came out. Um, I just think it looks great. Uh, and it is the what people dub the Bubble Zoro, which, you know, the bubble mew I think is hilarious. But the special alternate art from OP14 for Zoro, and I think this is hilarious. This is Zoro and Sanji. I believe this is from the Shabody arc after the time skip, and this is Zoro calling Sanji number 7 because Zoro was, I believe, first or second to come back, and he was taunting Sanji for being number 7. He was calling everyone by their numbers for coming back to the Sunny, and so that's the. I mean, you gotta look at the face of disgust for Sanji. It just really showcases, the dynamic between these two. But when it really matters, man, these two, wings of the captain for sure. So, yeah, I love this card. It's great. I definitely overpaid for this card, and I kind of don't care because one of the cards, I have two more PSA cards in this pile. One of them I definitely overpaid for, and I have a great story for that. And so hopefully this card will follow the same path for that. This next card I picked up quite literally today because I saw it, and you'll see once again, like a broken record, I saw Zoro. All reason and logic went out the window. Um, I was a big fan of the Zoro fight with Kaku in Enies Lobby. And then after the time skip, everyone was using their power up that they got from Enies Lobby all willy nilly. But Zoro did not use his Asura, and I'm like, where is this man's Asura? I want to see it. Maybe it improved. I don't know what's going on. And he did his. I feel like he didn't really have really good fights. He just felt like it was mismatched, or he wasn't really fighting swordsmen, or whatever, etc., etc. And then he fought Kaido, And he pulls this, and I was like, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. And this card is a playable card. So I saw this today. I'm not gonna lie. I went to the bathroom right before the show was about to begin. As I was passing a couple of vendor tables, I saw this card as it was calling me, and I was like, "Give me this card." So, literally picked this up today. No regrets. Totally worth it. All right, this last card, it is my final slab, and it is my biggest slab, and I have a really hilarious story. Not hilarious, but it's a really cool story to go with this. So I'm gonna reveal it so I can show it off because it's very pretty. Here we go. Monkey D. Luffy 3rd anniversary, the gold version. So when this set was in pre-release, I guess somebody I know was middlemaning this card. And then they wanted $3,500 for this card raw. And I knew this card was iconic. This is iconic pose. This card is very pretty. I think it was the picture that they were showing on. It was on a Facebook group, I believe. So the picture was very pretty, and I said, "Ho dang, cool. I want it. I don't want it for 3.5 though. Will you do 3.2?" They agreed. So they shipped it to me priority. I think they overnighted it to me just because it's such an expensive card with insurance. They overnighted it to me with insurance in a penny sleeve and a card saver. As soon as I got tracking confirmation, I went to the PSA. I did the paperwork, and as soon as it came to me, I shipped it directly to PSA. A week later, this came back. PSA 10. So super excited. So all in all, I think after the 3.2 that was accepted, plus I think the grading fee was $200. I don't quite remember. Let's just call it 3.5. So it was 3,000. I spent $3,500 on this card. My cost back then when in 2025 when OP11 first came out. Damn, it's only 2025. It's less than a year ago. Oh wow. Okay. Cool. I didn't realize it felt like longer. So and after the pre-release dust has settled, so to speak, this card in the PSA 10 was 2,800. So I was down $700. But I figured, whatever. I like this card. It's super iconic. It looks super pretty, and I figured, why not? So I just took it, put it in one of my Pelican cases. I wouldn't say forgot about it, but definitely I just tucked it away. Now, once the One Piece boom happened, my friend was like, "Hey, do you still have the Luffy?" I was like, "You gotta be a little more specific, man. Are you talking about this Luffy? Are you talking about this Luffy? Like, which Luffy are you talking about?" And then he was like, "The gold Luffy, man." I'm like, "Yes." "Have you seen the solds?" "No." "It's up to 6K." And then I looked at him. "Oh, cool. It's up to 6K." A week later, he told me, "Hey, my friend vends One Piece. He just sold this card in the PSA 10 for $13,000 cash." And I said, "There's no way. There's no logical reason why it would blow up that fast." It did. So that's really cool. So that's a cool come up. And some people that I talked to who are while vending, some people I told them that I do have this card. They said that this is not exactly a grail card because I know like the championship cards, the serial cards are like the cards to have, but this is like up there too. And so they say, "Don't sell it. This is like one of the top chase cards, yada yada yada." And I'm like, "Yeah, I wasn't planning on selling it. This one and this one I don't plan to sell for a long time. But everything has a price, so we'll see." But yeah, the I've had this card. I've had this one, and this one for a long time. But I guess they're all. I guess if you look at the dates, they're all pretty recent. But I mean, One Piece is only 3 years old. Yeah, but yeah, this is my One Piece collection. Kind of proud of it. It's definitely coming along. Rome wasn't built in a day, and hopefully, I'm hoping to build my One Piece collection up and have it be on par with the Pokemon collection. But you know, Pokemon will always be number one, and hopefully One Piece will catch up. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I know this. Well, I didn't realize it's a 30-minute video, but hope this was an enjoyable 30 minutes for you guys, and hope this has there was some cool things for you guys to see. But in the meantime, it's Staff for Boba, and I'm all tapped out.